Hi friends, Mrs. Perez has a really fun book for you today called Tops and Bottoms by Janet Stevens. See this little hare rabbit and this bear? Well, they become business partners. I want you to be listening to the details of the story so that you can retell it in your own words. So listen to what happens at the beginning and the middle and the end. Okay. Oh, those are some nice looking vegetables. Oh, and here's some vegetables that are growing in the ground. What kind of vegetable is that? A carrot. Well, let me ask you, do you eat the tops or do you eat the bottoms? You do eat the bottoms. And this little red one's called a radish. Do you eat the top or the bottom of that vegetable? Again, you eat the bottom. And then this dark, deep red vegetable is a beet. Do you eat the top or do you eat the bottom of a beet? You eat the bottom. And I think you're probably familiar with this vegetable. What is it? Yes, it's lettuce. It's a whole head of lettuce. Do you eat the top or the bottom of the lettuce? You do eat the top. Very good. And then these stalks growing up toward the sun, those are celery stalks, right? Do you eat the top or do you eat the bottom? Yes, you eat the tops of that too. Tops and bottoms. Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his wealth to his son. But all Bear wanted to do was sleep. So he's a lazy bear. And not far down the road lived a hare. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise and had sold all of his land to Bear to pay off the debt. Hare and his family were in very bad shape. The children are so hungry, Father Hare. We must think of something, Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, was sleeping. Hello, Bear! Wake up! It's your neighbor, Hare, and I have an idea. Bear opened one eye and grunted. We could be business partners, Hare said. All we need is this field right in front of your house. I'll do the hard work of planting and harvesting, and we can split the profit right down the middle. Oh, yes, sir, Bear. We're in this together. I'll work and you sleep. Huh? Said Bear. So, what will it be, Bear? Asked Hare. The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you. Tops or bottoms? Let's see, Bear said with a yawn. I'll take the top half, Hare. Right, tops. Hare smiled. It's a done deal, Bear. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone weeded. So who were the hard workers? The Hare family. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops, and I get the bottoms." Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off all the tops, tossed them into a pile for Bear, and he put all the bottoms aside for himself. Now let's look at those piles. Do you eat the top parts of those vegetables or do you eat the bottom parts? Yes, you eat the bottom parts. Will Bear be happy about this? Bear stared at his pile. But Hare, all the best parts are in your half. Well, you chose the tops, Bear, Hare said. Now, Hare, you've tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season I want the bottoms. Hare agreed. It's a done deal, Bear. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded. And once again, who's doing all the work? Yeah, the Hare family. And Bear slept as the crops grew. And when it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms, and I get the tops." Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops into his own pile. So these are the tops for Hare, and these are the bottoms for Bear. Which part do you eat? The tops or the bottoms? Yes, the tops. Is Bear going to be happy? Bear looked at his pile and scowled. Hare, you've cheated me again." "But Bear," Hare said, "you wanted the bottoms this time." Bear growled. "You plant this field again, Hare. You've tricked me twice, and you owe me one season of both tops and bottoms." "You're right, poor old Bear," sighed Hare. "It's only fair that you get both tops and bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear." So Bear went back to sleep, and the Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded, and watered and weeded some more. Bear slept as the crops grew. And when it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! This time you get the tops and the bottoms." There, in front of Bear's house, lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassels at the top and put them in a pile for Bear. And then he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle, and he placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched. "See, Bear? You get the tops and the bottoms. I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear. It's a done deal." Now look, these are the tops and the bottoms. Do you eat that part? No, you eat the corn, and the corn's in the middle. Did Hare trick Bear again? He sure did. By now, Bear was wide awake. "That's it, Hare," he hollered. "From now on, I'll plant my own crops, and I'll take the tops, bottoms, and the middles." And Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped down the road toward home. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with the profit from the crops, and he and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again. Now who's doing the work? Bear is, isn't he? All right, did you like that story? Oh, I like that one. That's a good one. Now, were you listening for the beginning and the middle and the end so that we can tell the story in our own words? All right, so at the beginning of the story, what happened? Yes, Hare went to Bear's house and asked to become business partners. Yeah? And who was going to do all the work? The Hare and his family. And then Bear slept the whole time. Now think about in the middle of the story what happened. Yes, Hare tricked Bear. He tricked him not once or twice, but he tricked him 3 times. He got all the good stuff to eat, didn't he? And the bear got like the leaves and the tassels and the roots. Bear was not happy. Now think to the end of the story. Think about that. What happened at the end? Oh yes, Bear was a hard worker. He never again slept through a harvest, did he? Oh, I think he learned his lesson, I think. Yes. Well, thank you for joining me for that story and helping me to retell it in our own words. And join me here in just a second. You're going to want to stand up because we're going to play a game called Tops, Middles, and Bottom. And give yourself lots of space. Maybe your family even wants to join you. See you in a flash. Okie dokes. Here's a game called Top, Middle, Bottom. And here's how you play. So when I say top, you touch your head because that's the top. And when I say middle, you touch your waist. That's the middle of your body. And when I say bottom, you touch your toes. Are you ready? We're just going to practice and then I'm going to make it really challenging for you. Here we go. Top, middle, bottom, middle, top, middle, bottom, middle, bottom, middle, bottom, middle, bottom, middle, top, middle, top, bottom, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, middle, top, bottom, middle, bottom. Okay, now here's where it gets more challenging. This time, and you can follow along with me, this time I'm just going to do the motions and you are going to say top or middle or bottom. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Faster. All right, how'd you do? Good. You can just play this game with your family sometime. Top, middle, and bottom. Thanks for joining me.